Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the revolutionary world of Carl Jung, a psychiatrist who literally tried to draw a map of the human soul.
Okay, let's just jump right in. Let me ask you something. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Do you ever feel like you're playing a character at work, a totally different one than you are with your friends or family? Well, these questions, they get right to the very heart of Jung's work.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with his backstory as a rebel psychiatrist, then we'll look at his map of our inner world, uncover the mind's ancient blueprints, figure out his psychological types, and finally talk about the journey to becoming yourself. You know, every great story has a turning point. And our story starts not with a discovery, but with a major disagreement, a kind of professional breakup that honestly changed the future of psychology. Back in 1906, a young Carl Jung starts working with the legendary Sigmund Freud. I mean, these were the two titans of the field. But this dream team, well, it was doomed to fail, and it was all because of one single core idea they just could not agree on. And it all came down to this one word: libido. For Freud, everything, and I mean everything, was driven by sexual energy. That was it. But Jung, he was like, whoa, hold on. It's so much bigger than that. He believed libido was a general life force, the psychic energy behind everything we do, think, and feel. This wasn't just a small detail. It was a totally different way of looking at what makes us tick. So, after that big split from Freud, what does Jung do? He turns inward. He goes on this incredible journey, not across the world, but into the mind itself, what he called the psyche. And he came back with a map with 3 distinct layers.
So, the first stop on our tour of the mind is the ego. This is the easy part. The ego is, well, it's you. The I that you think of as yourself. It's your sense of identity, what you're thinking about right now, your view of the world. It's the part of you that's front and center. But right below that conscious surface, there's another layer. Think of it like your own personal mental storage unit. This is the personal unconscious. It holds everything you've ever experienced, but maybe forgotten or pushed away. It's totally unique to you, and, with a little digging, you could probably bring some of that stuff back. And this is where Jung really blew the doors off modern psychology. This was his most radical idea, the collective unconscious. He said, what if there's an even deeper layer? A kind of ancestral memory bank that we all share, passed down for thousands and thousands of years. A common pool of instincts and symbols shared by all humans everywhere. So, if we all share this deep, ancient part of our minds, what's in there? It's not just empty space, I'll tell you that. It's populated by these powerful, universal patterns that Jung called archetypes. They're like the original blueprints for human experience.
First up is an archetype you'll definitely recognize: the persona.
The persona is just our social mask. We all wear one. Or actually, we wear many. You've got your work you, your friends you, your family dinner you, and they're super useful for getting by in the world. But here's Jung's big warning. If you start to think the mask is your real face, you're in trouble. You can lose touch with who you really are. All right, next we have to go into the darker corners of the mind and meet the shadow. The shadow is basically everything we don't like about ourselves. It's the part of us that holds our repressed instincts, our selfishness, our darker impulses. We try to hide it, even from ourselves. But it doesn't just disappear. It can pop up in weird moods or when we act completely out of character. Jung said the only way forward is to turn around, face it, and understand it. Now, this next idea is pretty fascinating. Jung believed that to be whole, we need to balance our inner opposites. He said that we all carry a kind of inner counterpart of the opposite gender. For men, this is the anima, the unconscious feminine side. For women, it's the animus, the unconscious masculine side. When they're in harmony, they can be a huge source of creativity. But if they're not, well, that's when things can get a little messy. So we've got this wild, complex inner world with all these different forces at play. How on earth do we navigate all of it? Well, thankfully, Jung gave us a kind of personality compass, his theory of psychological types. He started with 2 basic settings for our energy: extroversion, where your energy naturally flows outward to the world and people, and introversion, where your energy flows inward to your own thoughts and ideas. Then he added 4 main ways we process the world: through sensing, intuiting, thinking, and feeling.
And when you combine a primary attitude with a dominant function, you get his 8 core personality types. For instance, an extroverted thinking type is all about objective facts, while an introverted intuitive type is more of a visionary. And if this all sounds a little familiar, well, it should. This is the granddaddy of popular personality tests like the Myers-Briggs.
Okay, so why do all this work? What's the point of digging around in our own psychology? For Jung, the destination wasn't just about understanding yourself. The ultimate goal was something he called individuation. Individuation is the lifelong process of becoming the person you were truly meant to be. It's a journey. It means having the courage to confront your shadow, to understand your inner anima or animus, and to bring all these conflicting parts of yourself into balance. It's about putting all the pieces of your own personal puzzle together. And I think this is probably the most important thing to remember about Jung's work. The goal is not to become perfect. That's impossible. The goal is to become whole, to understand and integrate every part of yourself, the good, the bad, the light, and the dark, into one authentic person. And we'll leave you with this powerful thought from Jung himself. It's really a challenge to all of us. He's saying that until we explore our own inner worlds, we're just puppets being pulled by strings we can't see. By turning our attention inward, we stop calling it fate and start consciously creating our own lives. Because maybe, just maybe, the greatest discoveries aren't out there in the world, but deep within ourselves.